Thank you. Innovation and more than Abbott's innovation, probably we can read. I'm just going to give my perspective on what innovation means in India. There are two parts. One is innovation, and the other is what we call renovation. As a nation, I believe what we excel in is a lot in renovation, yeah? Doing those incremental things, and we are very good at that. And that also shows a capability and a potential. So we see a need, we are able to adapt it, whether in terms of value or scale it up in terms of reach or in terms of what we can do to make it relevant to the marketplace. Yeah? So driving that relevance, we are extremely good at, and I think as a nation, we've been very successful in that. Just in terms of innovation, I think that's one big area of opportunity where we where we can have a potential to do far more. Typically, if you look at breakthrough science, and I come from healthcare, so I'm referring to that, or even the space of technology, the breakthrough technology. Do we have capabilities? Do we have the brain power? Absolutely. I don't think we question that. Do we have the means and resources to that? I think that's the question. The biggest question that we have to ask ourselves is, do we have the infrastructure? Do we have a great partnership between academic and industry? What are the typical requirements of that? Is the innovator able to monetize it? So what is the kind of ecosystem, whether it is regulatory landscape, whether it is in terms of protection that the individual will get? The other bit is in terms of funding. Because a lot of breakthrough innovations require long-term funding, so there's a risk-taking ability. Is there a risk-taking ability? In the marketplace, yes, but for innovation, I think there is lots needs to be done. There is also a subject of innovation and access, and a lot of people believe that one can exist, but we have to remember that we live in an and world. And if I take shared value, and I'll borrow a quote of Michael Porter where he says, innovation is centric to economic growth. Now, if you drive economic growth, and we have to drive that value. Of course, there's fundamental foundations. You need strong education system. You need a good healthcare system, which are the foundations for a strong economic growth. We need to drive a good balance in terms of breakthrough innovation and access. Both need to coexist. It's not that you can just have protection and no access. You need to create a partnership. It cannot be done in isolation by an industry. It requires a lot of partnership between public and the private sector to make that access. We need to solve for that. But to find a solution for that, are we as a nation constraining the kind of innovation potential which exists? So there is lots to be done. I believe this report in terms of highlights what progress we are making, a lot of opportunities in a lot of startups, incubators, funding, accelerators. But we have to go and ask ourselves, do we have potential to do more? Are we in a way restricting ourselves? But I am hopeful that you'll find this report useful, and more than happy to take any questions that you may have. Please enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.